Hey guys, welcome back. It's Cynicalex, and today we're going to be looking at Carnage and Hyperion. So I was thinking after the video I made yesterday about the Stark Stash and the daily biometrics chest that I should probably look at the two Paywall characters that are most popularly and only gotten from those two chests, Carnage and Hyperion. So I want to take a look at these characters for any free-to-play players who are thinking about diving and getting one of them, because you can only get their biometrics initially from that 20 per day token chest. After you get them once, you can always pop a mega ticket on them, which is what I did actually for both characters. So if you have a mega ticket lying around and you want to invest 10 bucks in the game, hopefully I can show you which character is better for you to choose. Now I do think there is probably a better choice for veteran players and a better choice for newer players, and I'll go into that and my thoughts on it. So we'll start off with Carnage here, the mad non-Titan, so to speak. I remember this crazy guy from the Spider-Man animated series when I was a kid, and honestly he gave me the heebie-jeebies at the time, and he looks badass now. So what do I think of this character? I think he's great. Top to bottom, I think his skills are cool. I think they do good damage. They have good iframes. He's got a heal as his third skill, and I think he just looks really cool, and his skills look awesome. They're animated well, they move well, they're smooth, they're fluid. Let me show you what I mean, guys, and let me also note here, because it will come back again, both Hyperion and Carnage are quite similar in that they have iframe skills and they have a skill that heals them. The big difference is that Carnage's heal can be passed on to other characters because it's dropped on the ground as a pickup, and Hyperion's can't. So I honestly think, in my mind, that's what edges out Carnage as a better pick for most players than Hyperion. But you can be the judge of that after you see the rest of this video. So to get it started, Carnage moves around quite fast. He definitely doesn't have any fetuses or women on his back when he's running. But he does look like an idiot when he's running, so that does lose him some points. His first star skill is pretty pedestrian, nothing too cool in terms of damage, but it looks cool. His second star skill is also pretty much the same. His third star skill is where we really start to shine. He's got a long iframe, and it does move around. It bounces around from enemy to enemy. And here's the important part. Those blobs will be something you can pick up for a heal. If they hit the opponent, they will do a speed debuff, which is pretty useless. You definitely want to use this exclusively for the heal. Now there are 5 blobs, and if you are fast enough, you can pick up all of them or most of them. I get about 2,000 health per click with I Am Also Groot and a moderate healing obelisk, so you can expect some pretty dope returns. I mean, I can almost heal for 10k with this thing, so it's pretty monstrous. And the great part is you can switch out to another character and heal them, and I routinely heal my Elsa or my Silk when I team them up. I routinely heal them for 3 to 6k every time I pop this skill and switch. So it's really versatile, it's really cool. His 5-star skill I actually really like. It's a jump back and then a big multi-hit. It got 12 hits there. I don't know if that's just on one enemy or because they're bunched up together, but it is a multi-hit skill, and that's really good for world boss guys because on-hit strikers will trigger more frequently when you have a lot of multi-hit skills. But that's something I want to go into more depth later on in a different video. But definitely his bread and butter here, guys, is his 6-star skill. It's got a lot of hits and it's got a lot of iframes. Now the end there is a long snare and a pull in, so characters who summon clones like Corvus or Ebony Maw, their clones will all get sucked up together, and then you'll do a lot of burst damage to them, so it's really good for clearing out mobs. It's also pretty good for alliance battle. I know there are better teams out there for alliance battle that have more easily farmable characters like Groot and Deathlock, but Carnage is honestly not that bad. So basically, guys, the best rotation for Carnage goes 6-star skill and then 3-star skill. He's less vulnerable than any other skill combination, and it does let you cycle through from the heals to the DPS quite consistently. Now, you do need to have a lot of skill cooldown for that, but it is manageable with the right cards, etc. The one thing to note, guys, is that with characters or enemies that deal a lot of frontal damage with frontal-based attacks, like Ebony Maw's shotgun of tiny blue balls and other such effects, Carnage will be left vulnerable because he's always like attacking the front of the boss with these moves. So I've noticed, especially on Corvus, Carnage can get one-shotted when Corvus praises Satan and raises up all those flames from the ground. I have gotten one-shotted. So that's that, guys. But I think Carnage is a really great character. He looks badass, and he handles really smoothly. Now, Hyperion. And I don't have anything against Hyperion. I understand the comparisons to Superman. I think Superman's better. I think Hyperion's belt is hilarious. It looks like crap, but whatever. Fashion souls. Hyperion skills are pretty similar to Carnage's in that he's got iframes, he's got high DPS, multi-hits, and he's got a heal. The big difference that I find is I find Hyperion to be a little bit slower than Carnage. Maybe other people don't notice it, but I kind of do. He feels a little bit more sluggish to me, and his skills feel like they take longer to animate and there's less movement. So we'll start with his 1-star skill. Like, that's just really slow. You would never use that in a competitive or dangerous mode, because you would take a lot of damage doing that, and it's just not worth the payoff. His 2-star skill is basically the same. You would never use that skill. His 3-star skill is just a heal. Now, there is a bit of jump back, but it does also leave him vulnerable. I don't really like it all that much, but maybe if I have more practice using it, I can find a better opening to use it on. But yeah, I do honestly like Carnage's heal better, and it doesn't have the versatility of Carnage's because it only applies to him. It does apply a larger heal, but I find that it's just sometimes you're over healing. You don't really need all that heal. Then his 5-star skill is really great. It's a long iframe. It's only 4 hits, which is kind of but it is a really long iframe, which is really good. And when he's a world boss striker, he almost always does that move. And I found that he does that move really consistently, like Ant-Man, and he has a really good world boss striker bonus, which is 10% all damage. Then his 6-star skill, the animation is really cool with the laser, but it's really slow. And because world bosses don't stun, and frost beasts don't stun, it's kind of not that great. I definitely prefer Carnage's over this one, although it does have a lot more AoE than Carnage's does. As you guys can see, I got 34 hits in there. So it does have some AoE potential. So that's a look at both of their skills, guys. I don't have Hyperion's other gears up to 17, but I do have his DPS gear, the more important one, up to snuff. I will say that from my testing, I think that Hyperion has a little bit more DPS than Carnage, but I honestly had a harder time cranking out the DPS with Hyperion because a lot of his skills leave him vulnerable to hits, so he's taking a lot more hits. And he's taking hits more frequently than Carnage is. So he heals for more, but he gets hit more. Ultimately, I think that for newer players, Carnage is a lot easier to handle. His skills are a lot smoother, and the skill chaining, or the combination of skills that you do in succession, is a lot easier for new players to get down the pattern of, and it's a lot easier for them to kind of maneuver and correctly position their hero for maximum efficiency. I think Hyperion can be a better character than Carnage in certain situations, mostly one-on-one situations, but I think it takes a really skilled player. It takes a good processor. You have to have a good phone not to lag and stuff like that. So I don't think it's that great for new players. Ultimately, yeah, I would choose Carnage, but I'm really curious what you guys think. I also want to take the time to shout you guys out. I really appreciate all the comments, all the support, guys. Even the criticism and the negative stuff, man. Feed me all that stuff. All right? I'm ready for it. So that's my review of those two characters, guys. If you got a mega ticket, honestly, I would pop it on Carnage if you can afford to use it. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.